Damn, that was fast to go. Yeah, it's true. If you're in the Discord, you're here. How's it going, Grace? Doing good. Helping we get some really good conversations going. Going to be doing a lot more questioning rather than telling. Gonna open up the YouTube calls. Cool. All right. Yeah.
Secrecy. Why am I dissecting all destruction like it's therapy? You built a universe but couldn't build a little clarity. You want communion while I'm choking on disparity. They said God is love, but then they weaponized the sentiment, painted over genocide and labeled it benevolent. You're omnipotent, omniscient, but you couldn't intervene. So every tragedy is just a plot twist in your perfect scheme. I'm not your villain just because I see the plot holes. I'm not the devil just because I don't applaud those. If you made me in your image, then you built me with the doubt. So either fix the code or stop deleting when I cry it out. You want devotion, give me evidence that you exist.
Thanks, Cap. All right, so we'll get you in here. I'm going ahead and pause the music here after the drop. Okay, we can end it there. Let's get you in here, man. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing all right, brother. You over the age of 18?
Not a like apologist or something, but like I dabble in it every now and then.
I said, are you over the age of 18?
Oh, I thought you said, are you in the debate scene?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm 18.
Okay, which God do you believe in?
Muslim God.
Okay, what you got for me, man?
All right, you said proof?
I would like some.
All right, so let's just get okay. So do you believe we can prove the existence of God with inductive arguments using rational laws?
Induction still requires epistemic justification. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And your God breaks the laws of physics, so no, you can't.
Can I make an inductive argument just using like...
You can make
Okay,
the
like-
argument.
Okay, sure.
Asking
let's
me
just
if it's
before
sound
I-
or not beforehand is kind of ridiculous, though.
Okay, sure, whatever. Let's just get the argument. Okay, so first, before I get with the premises, let's just do the three laws. Let's see if you agree with the laws. So first is McCarthy's circumscription, which just states that we assume the norm until we have a reason not to assume the norm. Would you agree with that?
Sure.
Okay. Second law is most things are explainable, and we wouldn't assume anything is inexplainable, even if we don't know the explanation.
I don't grant that at all.
Okay, why not?
Because if you don't know something, you don't know it. Not everything in this. We know 4% about the universe. We don't know the majority of anything.
Okay, but would you say the majority of the universe has an explanation even if we don't know it?
Yeah, but we don't know it. That's the point.
Yeah, that's
If
what
you
I'm
don't know,
saying.
you don't know.
Yeah, yeah, obviously, I'm not saying we know everything. I'm not saying we know the explanation for everything. I'm just saying most things are explainable, and even if we don't know the explanation for something, it probably still has an explanation.
I grant that there will be one day an explanation, yeah.
Okay, sounds good enough to me. All right, and then the third law is, this is something I actually coined by myself. So basically, it goes, let's say any subject has an explanation, and this subject is complex.
Not
So the
always.
explanation for the subject would need to have high explanatory power. Not logically, but just
Oh,
like
I see what you're saying.
rationale.
I mean, you're going to have a lot of evidence for it. Yeah, it's a supernatural claim. You need extraordinary evidence. Like, the evidence for me owning a phone is going to be a lot more basic than the evidence that I can fly like Superman.
No. Like what I'm talking about is, let's say you go to the beach, right, and you see like a painting in the sand, right? So this phenomena has an explanation, right?
Mhm.
So an explanation with low explanatory power would be, oh, the wave just crashed against the sand and then
Right.
the picture formed, right?
Right, because that's
An
not
explanation with high
possible.
explanatory power.
Yeah, we have evidence. We have evidence that only people do that. That's why that's a high explanatory power argument.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
there's evidence, empirical evidence for it.
Yeah, but this argument we're not really talking about epistemic. We're just talking about like
All
like
arguments
even
have epistemology. Epistemology is how we know if your argument is true or not. What are you talking about?
or sorry, like empirical data, like scientific
The universe
data.
is empirical. What are you talking about? The universe is science. Science observes the universe. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like what I'm saying, like this law, it has to do with the inference of the best possible explanation.
Yeah, the best possible explanation explained by the laws of physics, reality, and science. Yeah. You can't get away from science, bro. Like, no matter how hard you try. Just give me the argument.
Okay, but all right, let's run the argument then. Okay, so P1, the universe has an explanation. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, P2, the universe is complicated, therefore complex, therefore it must have the explanation must have a high explanatory power. Would you agree?
Not necessary. Not necessarily.
Yeah, I want to say it not logically follows. Like there isn't a contradiction if it doesn't follow. But I'm
It's
just
not
saying,
contradictory, but we also don't know. So why would I grant it? I'm going to withhold judgment on P2. There's no
Yeah,
evidence
so
for it.
yeah, so I want to say it logically follows, but I'm saying when we're trying to infer the
Yeah,
explanation
you know
of the
that
universe,
coherence and non-contradiction in an argument does not make the argument true, right? You know this, right? That's not how
What?
logic works.
I'm not making.
What do you think
I'm not
logic
making a
is,
deductive
brother?
argument. Like a deductive argument?
Just in general, what do you think the process of logic is for? What do you think the purpose of logic is? Do you think it actually proves things?
I'm not making. Not always. No.
Yeah, logic does not prove things at all. That's not the purpose of logic.
Okay, but my premise didn't have anything to do with logic. I don't think it
Your
logically follows.
P2 doesn't have any solution to it. There's nothing going for it. It's just saying that there's most likely going to be some super in-depth explanation for the universe. Yeah, possibly, but it's also possible that it's something super basic, like a basic mechanic in physics we haven't yet found. Like, I don't know. You don't know. P2 just
Okay,
doesn't work.
No, what I'm saying is when we're going around trying to infer the universe, and I'm not talking about any like specific law. Like let's say I could grant multiverse theory, like multiverse theory has high explanatory power. That could be
I don't grant multiverse
as
theory,
of now.
brother.
What?
I don't grant multiverse theory, brother. There's no epistemic
Yeah, this is
justification
like an
for it.
example, but like what I was saying was, I was making a clarifier. Well, I was saying like when we're going around trying to infer
Well,
what the explanation of
brother,
the universe might be,
my point
then it doesn't
is,
make sense to infer something with low explanatory power.
brother, I agree that it'll most likely be something super in depth, but we don't know, so I can't grant it. If I don't know something, I'm not going to grant it as true or false. That's just not how this works. That's not even
Okay, but would you
logical.
say it's likely true?
It's possible. Is it more likely than something else? No, there's nothing to compare it to.
Okay, but when we're using the inference to the best possible explanation, we don't like
There's
100% know. We
no
don't have epistemic
options
data to
for
say
it,
yes or no.
brother. You can't say yes or no if there's nothing to compare. You're trying to compare it with ghosts, like non-existent nothingness. Like it's more likely for this nothingness to be true than this nothingness. Like, no. Do you have another argument you want to provide? Like that just doesn't work. It's absurd.
Wait, why is it absurd?
It doesn't make sense. That's what absurd means. It doesn't follow. There's no answer there. There's no justification. There's no comparison. We don't know everything about the universe. We don't know about the hot dense state. We don't know how everything works. So to say in P2 that it's going to be something complex just isn't necessarily true. It could be.
Yeah, I clarified that. I said it doesn't logically follow.
State P2 again.
Okay, P2 is because the universe is complex, its explanation likely has high explanatory power. Would you agree?
Likely, yeah, sure. I'll grant that.
Okay, good. Okay, and then for P3, the explanation is contrastive.
What does
I believe
that
it's
mean?
contrastive because there's two types of explanations, contrastive and non-contrastive. And
I don't know what
contrastive
that means.
explanations hold higher explanatory power.
I don't know what that means, bro.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Contrastive just mean like explains. Okay, so a contrastive explanation explains why x instead of y, right? And then non-contrastive explanation just explains why x.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so obviously a contrastive explanation would have higher explanatory power. So when inferring the explanation of the universe, we would infer the explanation is contrastive.
I don't even grant that.
Why not?
Why is x instead of y better, or why is x instead of y better?
So why is contrastive better than non-contrastive? Is that what you're asking?
Sure.
Yeah, because a contrastive explanation explains more. Which one explains more?
Not
Like,
necessarily.
why
Is it true that things exist?
is it true that yeah?
Yeah, that's x. Is that more true than, like, it's a self-evident axiom. Like, that's not true either. Brother, just get to the conclusion.
I'm going to the conclusion if you don't agree with P4.
Well, I want to hear what your conclusion is.
Yeah, so basically this premise, like let's say you agree with it. This premise would basically just kind of like shave the options down to either God or multiverse theory.
I don't even grant that. That's a false dichotomy.
Okay, what other explanation could there be?
Bubble? Quantum field?
How is that contrastive?
You said it is either God or multiverse. Those aren't the only two options, therefore false dichotomy. There's more than two options. I gave you two more, brother.
Yeah, but that doesn't fall under.
You have a lot of fallacies in this. I'm not going to be able to grant this argument at all. There's a lot of missing links.
How does that fall under contrastive explanation?
I just answered how it's a false dichotomy fallacy.
My P3 was it. Listen, why multiverse theory works is because multiverse theory is contrastive.
It is one of the options.
I'm
not granting a fallacy.
Explanation?
Yeah, I gave you two. So if you're not able to get off of your script, then I'm going to move on, brother. Do you have anything else you want to try? This argument is horrible.
Okay, sure. I'm just curious.
I don't know. We're moving on. Like, this argument is terrible. Do you have another argument you want to try? Do you have any epistemic justification you'd like to provide? Do you have any demonstration? Like, can you show me God?
Me, like, how is bubble a contrastive?
I didn't say it's contrastive. It's not a word that came out of my mouth. What's up, Shifty?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Hey, man.
Am I like lagging at all, or?
Nah, you're good.
Okay, cool, bro.
Yeah, you over the age of 18, brother?
Like... Oh yeah, I'm 20.
Okay, cool. Which God do you believe in?
I'm kind of here to I'm a creationist. So I'm kind of here to see. I'm not here to really to debate you. If you want to debate people, then I can gladly hop off. But I'm more so here to talk to you and see what you believe in. It's my first time here, so I was just kind of curious about your worldview and are you an atheist, or are you agnostic, or a nihilist, or what are you?
I'm a Gnostic atheist.
Okay, yeah. Can you so agnostic atheist, is that just
Gnostic?
I know agnosticism is
there is no such thing. I'm a hard atheist.
Oh, hard atheist. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you believe in evolution, or?
Well, yeah. I mean, whether you believe in God or not, that one's a fact.
What, evolution?
Yeah, evolution is true under God and reality because it's been proven true, and God can have something to do with it.
That's true. Yeah. Um, I think I'm mainly a creationist because I can't attach myself to a god per se. It's
Sure.
like a hard thing to attach to. It's a hard faith to believe in. I envy the people who can just simply believe. But overall, especially with like Judeo-Christian beliefs, it always kind of rubbed me the wrong way, especially with how it's taught. Um, and then obviously, I don't think I'm really educated enough to. I haven't looked into Islam or any other like Buddhism or anything like that, but I
Well,
think just
here's the only problem with Islam and Christianity and whatnot. They're all the same Abrahamic God. So like, if you don't like the Christians' God, you're not gonna like Islam.
oh yeah, yeah. Um, I think just the only thing that holds me to creationism is I see like all the unique intricacies of the world, and I sometimes feel like it's hard to not believe that we were created by design, like with a unique hand. I just don't think I can put that towards a specific God because part of me feels like religion was created for a cope of death.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you say to that? Like, I mean, are there things about us that like kind of disprove create that we were created by design or
Well, if we were designed, the dude should be fired. You like the sun kills us. Oxygen is why we age and die. We eat and breathe out of the same hole, which kills us. Many, many babies would die if it weren't for science. Like, it's horrible design. We get back pain because we walk on two legs. Like, it's horrible design, brother.
mm-hmm.
We get cancer. Like, are you kidding me? He should be fired.
Yeah.
But there's
I
no
can see that,
evidence of
yeah.
us being designed. Like, we are the way we are thanks to evolution, which is, to simplify evolution, it's just the change in allele frequency over time, which just means genes. When you have a kid, that is evolution. So
Yeah. So, what do you think happens? Like, do you believe? I'm assuming you don't believe in an afterlife. It's just like before you were born, kind of thing.
yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah. Yeah. My only thing with that is I find it just, um, I guess I find it like morally, it's like kind of depressing to think that way. I mean, I know it's rational in your mind, but, um, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I can't just like sit right with the fact that like when I die, it's just gonna be complete and utter darkness, and I never
It won't even be darkness. You
remember
won't have
anything.
consciousness, brother. It'll be non-existence.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, you stay true to you. I was literally just coming on here to talk to you, and I was just kind of curious as to your worldview and stuff. So I appreciate the time, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. No hard feelings. Yeah, I was just literally just trying to figure you out and see what your worldview was because I just saw you like debating people on here, and I'm by no means like a Judeo-Christian or religious guy. So I was just curious.
Look into Spinoza's God. Read Spinoza.
Okay.
Yeah, you
What's
might like
that
that. It's basically nature and the universe is God. He uses a bunch of really solid axioms to formulate really good arguments over quote unquote God being the universe. That is,
Mhm.
nothingness can't obtain, doesn't exist. The only thing necessary is existence. The universe being that, all attributes of the universe, us, attributes of the universe, etc.
Yeah. Cool, man.
It's a pretty
Well, I
cool
appreciate
argument.
it, man. I'll look into it. Yeah.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, you have yourself a good
All
one,
right,
man.
See ya.
This is pretty cool. Interesting. Yeah, us not having an afterlife isn't really sad. Like, you're not going to be sad if you don't have consciousness. Like, sadness is chemical reaction. If you don't have a brain, you're not going to have the chemical reaction. That guy was cool, though. I did like that. We had the Alex K fraud in here. It's always fun to have him hop in and troll. What's up, Witch? Yeah, no one cares, Keith. Sorry, bro. Not sorry. Corn dog. How's it going, corn dog?
Good. So I think you should believe in gods because
Well,
it
first, are you
says
over
it
the
in the
age of
Bible.
18?
Yeah, I'm 19, but I
Okay.
think you should believe in gods because there's proof in the Bible.
No, there isn't.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the fossils of the Great Flood, you can see many species of Deesuses all
Brother,
over the
it's
place.
impossible for there to have been a great flood. Or a global flood, I should say.
Okay,
Like,
but
that's 100% debunked.
you have to consider the Deezus in the
What?
equation. You have to consider the Deezus in the equation.
The thesis?
The Deezus.
The hell is a Deezus?
These nuts. Oh my god. These nuts.
Yeah, there's not
These
enough
freaking
water
nuts.
on the
These
Earth for there
nuts.
to be
No.
a global flood, and
These,
there's no
I
sedimentary
said
rock
these
layer.
nuts.
I mean,
These nuts.
the Bible literally lied
These,
about it.
no, these nuts.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just not true.
These nuts, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no flood. I hope you have a good day though.
These,
Hey,
What's
hey,
up,
I got
Fofo?
like 2 minutes to be on here, but I'm gonna tell you why you should believe in God. Let me tell you, bro. You should.
You're
You
over the
should
age of
believe in
18 though,
God.
right?
Look, yeah, I am
Cool.
18. But look, I feel where you're coming from because really niggas really don't know anything. We haven't really seen anything. There's really not evidence for anything. I feel
Yeah,
where you're
there's.
coming from, bro. For now, I'm talking about like, hold on. Why should I believe God? So you don't believe in God, right?
Yeah, I'm an atheist, but that doesn't mean there's
Okay,
not
that's what I'm
evidence for
saying.
anything.
No, but what I'm telling you is, bro, what I'm trying to tell you is, without God, without putting like, you know what I'm saying, a afterlife in your head, you're not really gonna really walk with like faith. You're not really gonna walk with like,
Yeah,
you
you
know what I'm
don't
saying.
need
You're gonna think
faith.
in your head after
Faith
this life
is
you fuck.
illogical.
But I don't know, bro. I don't know, my nigga. You need. I don't
By
know, bro.
definition,
But shit.
faith in accordance with Hebrews 11:1 is belief without evidence, and in accordance with Oxford Dictionary, it's belief without evidence. It's illogical. I would never have faith. I'm not dumb enough for faith.
So hold on. I don't know, bro. So what do you think happens after we die?
Absolutely nothing. We know that.
Damn. That shit crazy. So you really
How
think
is the
nothing
first
happens?
billion years before you were born?
Shit, I don't know. No,
Exactly.
we gonna see. We gonna see what happens. Fuck it. Fuck it. We gonna see. The time gonna come. We gonna see.
Pascal's wager doesn't work. It's a fallacy. It's called a false dichotomy. Oh, he left. Question mark. Let's get you, man. What's up, Mark?
What's up, man?
Hey, you're over the age of 18?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, which god do you believe in?
I'm gonna say the Christian God.
You're gonna
but
say?
I can't really give an argument for that, but I can give an argument for a perfect being.
Sure.
Yeah. So, do you have any issues with the S5 modal system?
I mean, no, not necessarily. It really depends on the argument. Are you really going to use the S5 modal argument? So it is possible in
That's
some
not its
possible
name.
world that the universe is necessary. If it's necessary in
Wait,
some
the
possible
universe?
world, it is therefore necessary in all worlds. If it is necessary in all worlds, it is therefore necessary in our world. Yeah,
Well, there's a few other
that is
premises
the
and properties you're
defeater.
missing.
That is the defeater for that argument. You know that, right?
Wait,
is-
so that's not even the argument I was providing. So I'm not sure why you're jumping to conclusions here. You seem
Sure.
really confident, man.
That was a lot of confidence.
Maybe if we're gonna be like assuming, I could just run fine tuning. That sounds pretty
Sure.
fun too. So which one do you want? Just pick. Flip a coin,
Whatever
I
you want,
guess.
bro. I mean, there's no logically
Yeah,
sound
so it's
argument
just
for a
gonna
god.
be that the range of life permitting constants seems to be vanishingly small among the possible configurations. Under naturalism, we seem to have no reason to update on this going to be the case that it's likely. But under theism, we're massively going to expect this, given that there's going to be some telos in reason for this God to have a disposition towards rational agents. So, with this knowledge, we can massively update on theism, probably to the point of over 95% likely in favor of theism.
No.
Do you name it? Oh, why not?
In the framework of the MCU universe being true, it is more likely for Spider-Man to exist versus your theistic worldview. Correct or
Okay,
false?
so that I'm just gonna clarify because you seem to not be tracking the argument.
I know you're not tracking.
That wasn't responding to the argument whatsoever. All you just
It
did
was.
was put forward some nonsense gibberish.
Question.
So I'm gonna ask
let me
you to
explain.
be very clear here and just track the.
Let me explain. You're
I'm
saying
not sure why I'm being muted, but
because you're a Phil bro. Let me explain.
you're a Phil.
So what you're saying is, in your hypothetical world where it is true that there is a God, and in that world where it is more likely and only likely for a universe to exist because of the God, it is more likely for it to exist than a world without said God in that worldview, without that world. Yeah, that's a hypothetical. It's not true.
That's not.
There's no evidence for that God. There's no evidence for that
Yo.
worldview. So there's no likelihood for it. You haven't demonstrated a likelihood. So I don't
Okay.
like Phil bros, and you're just gonna now you're gonna go in chat and say concession, low tier, rhetorical backshots. It's dude, you guys are on repeat. Stop being a Phil bro. Learn how to communicate like a human. That argument is absolutely terrible. I don't have patience for Phil bros. There's a difference in talking philosophy versus being a Phil bro douche. Oh, I let him speak, and then he wouldn't shut up. I was providing a counter, and he kept going off. Yeah, Hux, we don't believe nothingness created anything. It's not possible. Yeah, question. I don't have patience for stupidity. Like, your hypothetical isn't true. Under your hypothetical, it is more likely. Yeah, that's true. You got to demonstrate that the hypothetical is actually real, though. Nothing. It wasn't created, JT. Incorrect, Soul. What's up, Fork? That's possible, Hux. Did it come from a hot dense state? Yeah. That's a fact. It's just we observe that. We know it's true. Your God is not observable. We can literally observe that there is a hot dense state. Yeah, it is a fact. If you'd like to request up, go for it. I can debunk the Abrahamic God easily. Hot dense state like Alabama. That's pretty funny. That's incorrect, AM. There is no afterlife, Yamatos. Consciousness is an emergent property of the brain. Without a brain, you have no consciousness, therefore there's no afterlife. Like that's a sound argument. On the Lilith story? What do you mean? It's not sound in theory, it's literally a logically sound argument. All the evidence is true. What's up, Spoken? What you got for us today?
Well, it's fine.
What you got for us today?
Um, Almost, if you look at, if you look at the chart, 90% of the people, wherever they born and raised, they believe in God in somehow. But their method are different, and they just get into something which might be not real in sense of there are polytheism as well. But if you see the mainstream, there is one God who has created this universe, and that is what we believe in.
That wasn't evidence for a God. That was just a claim that because people believe in a God, therefore God exists.
So you want me to prove through science, or to make you convince through science, or morally or ethically? Like there are different arguments for God, and people have been using whoever is disbelieving in him.
There's no such thing as a logically sound argument for God.
So if you think in this way, then how do you justify if there is, let's say,
I don't have
according
to
to you,
justify everything, dude. I don't have to know
why?
everything about everything.
You have to justify. I mean,
No, I
there are
don't.
people who have been died,
Yeah,
and I mean, so what do you think about them?
I don't
How
know.
will they get justice?
You're the one with the claim, not me. I don't
So
have to
don't you
explain
want
everything about
justice?
everything, dude.
Don't you want to live? Don't you want to live forever? Forever?
No,
Why?
doesn't matter.
Why does it not matter to you?
I care. Is it true? And how do you know if it is or not?
No, I'm saying that everybody wants to live forever,
Incorrect.
and that is our human nature. That is our human
False.
nature. You cannot deny it. No,
I do deny
if
it.
you
I
get,
just did deny it. Check this out. I deny it.
don't you have emotion? Only you just talk about, based on your assumptions, you are saying that logic, but even you do not have that evidence to disprove the God.
What?
I mean, you cannot deny, or even science do not deny the God. He just said it happened. They do not know how it happened. Science does not know how it happened, how Big Bang occurred, and what was before that. So there are so many questions that can be asked to, atheists.
Yeah, just because something's not answered doesn't mean therefore a magical unicorn.
You are lacking evidences because you haven't read the books.
The book does not have evidence.
It has Big Bang. It
Nope.
has
It has stories.
no.
I can
There
also
are.
say the universe came from
I
a
agree. I
magical
agree.
unicorn.
There are stories of
Is my
prophets,
story that the
Musa.
universe came from a magical unicorn true or false?
Why do you think that it is magical?
Because there's no evidence for it and it's all in your make-believe fairyland.
What evidence do you want in order to believe in
Evidence,
it?
period. Do you have any?
I have. There is a term infinite regression. Have you heard about it before?
Nope.
Why?
What?
Cause and effect.
What about it?
you are here and I am here because someone was
False.
its called, such as our parents and their forefathers and their ancestors and so on so on.
Yep. All the way back to a hot, dense state. Prove God did anything.
Okay, so before hot dense state, what was there?
I don't know. Prove God.
So it's a logical question.
The answer is I don't know. You're the one saying you do know, and it's a God. Prove it.
If you do not know really, then you should be looking for it.
We do look for it. You're the one saying you have found it. Prove it.
Have you
Burden shifting doesn't
have
work,
you
dude. You can ask me a billion questions. My answer for every single question will be whether I do or do not know. I don't know. Your job is to prove that you do know.
I'm saying God is
It's
self-sufficient.
a claim. God is a claim. Prove
No,
it.
he is self-sufficient. He is omnipotent.
That's a claim. Prove it.
So in order to, you want me to prove it. I have to ask you certain
You don't
questions
have
in
to ask
order
me a
to.
question. You just provide the evidence and say, this is my proof. What do you think? And I say yes or no.
If you are saying that prove me, then I would say, how did you come here?
I would say, I don't know. Prove God did it. Stop asking questions. Burden shifting doesn't work on me. It's
So
not my
that's
burden.
your.
It is your burden. You are the one that says a God did it. I am saying I don't know. You are saying a God. You are the one that has to prove it.
So you believe that atoms?
Dude, you need to prove it.
I'm
Stop asking
saying is the
questions.
creator of the
It doesn't
universe.
matter what I believe. You're the one that needs to prove that the
He
universe
caused.
was created.
He caused everything.
Prove it.
He caused.
Prove it.
Because we cannot live in infinite regression. There
That's
must be a
false.
cause. There must be a cause who is self-sufficient in order to
False.
uh, how.
Infinite regression is not contradictory to theory of time.
Yeah, it is contradictory,
False.
bro. If you say that someone did,
Yep.
then you just
Yeah. It's
no.
not contradictory.
If, if there is a guy and let's say if I am
That's a
holding a
category
gun,
error. We're talking about the
I
universe,
just
not people.
I just have to use
Nope.
analogy to make you
Nope.
understand.
It's a category error. The
That's not.
universe is
You
not
are
the
just
same as a
making it category.
person. If the universe is infinite and people are not infinite, then you trying to compare the universe, an infinite thing, with a
I
non-infinite
am
thing is a category
I am
error.
I am saying that
He came up yesterday too and did the exact same thing, just question after question, incapable of providing any evidence. I'm not letting him back up again. It's annoying. I just use a mat, a high hold, low shine mat. It's always rough when they come up and all they can do is ask questions. It's just the microphone picking up the noise. It's not actually beeping like audibly for me. Yeah, they try so hard to avoid the questions. They're amazing at burden shifting. Man, I need to get some videos going out so we can get back in the algorithm. Simpliciter. Sounds like a Phil bro. What's up, man? You over the age of 18?
Yup.
Oh, Phil bro. Wow. Okay. Pathetic. Which God are you going to argue for?
I'm a Phil bro. What the hell?
Which God are you going to argue for?
I'm just gonna argue for the Christian God.
Okay.
Yeah. So, premise one, if it is the case that only the Christian worldview can ground knowledge,
Seriously,
and
the exact same argument that all of your Phil bro friends have been using. Really? You guys have nothing new?
oh wow, I was actually gonna run another argument, but you seem to not be able to track them and kind of just interrupt other guests. So I was gonna run the shittiest one, but if you don't interrupt me, I'll actually run a good argument.
There is no such thing as a logically sound argument for God.
Did I ever say that, or do I think I can make some inductive probabilistic inference?
Probability requires comparison.
Yeah, we can use comparative
Yeah, compare God
statements. You do
and
understand
demonstrate
this,
how you
right? We
compare
can
God.
say naturalism is going to not predict this, and theism will predict this.
Correct. Yeah.
So then that's going to be a
The
comparative
Wizarding World of
argument.
Hogwarts is going to predict magical wands, and theism is not.
And we don't see that.
Right, and we don't see God, bitch. Do you see
Wait,
how
we,
this works?
We do actually see multiple things a
You're
theistic
pathetic. You literally couldn't even track. You could not understand what you just said. We don't see wands. Yeah, we don't see God. So notice how you still have to have a demonstration of the thing you're arguing for. You still have to show God. You still have to demonstrate his existence. You still have to demonstrate him creating. I just used the exact same argument for Harry Potter and you shut it down immediately. And then you guys cry like fucking pathetic babies whenever I do the same thing to you. God, Phil bros are pathetic. Yeah, they all come from the same exact Circle Jerk Discord. It's hilarious. They have no argument except for what their leader tells them to say. It's so pathetic. No clue what that is, Fred. We've had plenty of Muslim guests. The Quran is just the Abrahamic God still. So debunk the Abrahamic God, you debunk the Quran. And it's not your job, it's not our job to debunk their book. It's their job to prove it. Yeah, I don't care, Fred. I'm not here to talk politics. I'm here to talk about whether God is real or not. All the Phil bros are coming in, so we're just going to have to go without having a guest for a minute. Let them all cycle through and then move on to the next channel to troll. English, you're done for today. It's go study. It's too boring talking to you. You're not comprehending anything. Fred, I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm here to talk about whether it's true that a God does or does not exist. I'm going to mute you for being a waste of time. Go to a channel that cares about politics. No, you don't. You're a Phil, bro. We'll let you up and see what you say, but your name has KG in it. You are literally from a Discord.
Oh, if you understood, you would know that this is me making fun of KG. But now we can get to the argument, okay?
Does logic prove things?
Absolutely.
Okay, use logic to prove Harry Potter.
If Harry Potter existed, we are going to see Harry Potter exist. We
Yep.
do not see Harry Potter exist, therefore Harry Potter does not exist. That
Cool.
is
And you
classic modus
grant
tollens.
you do grant that we can use that and replace Harry Potter
That's
with God,
modus
correct?
tollens.
You do agree that we can use that for God, correct?
If you can demonstrate something we see in the real world and then say if that happens, then God does not exist, then affirm the antecedent, and then yes, I would agree God does not exist, but I do not accept that that
You
exists
didn't
in
even
the
say
real
that.
world.
You said if we do not see Harry Potter. That was your argument.
It was classic modus tollens, yes, my sir.
Yeah, there you go. God doesn't exist. Modus tollens. Like,
Oh, but I
there's
do
no
not
argument
accept
here.
that conditional is going to apply into the God
Okay,
scenario. Do you need me
so
to clarify why?
demonstrate God with epistemic justification, because logic is not a demonstration.
What? Do you not understand that we can do some comparative hypotheses?
You need to demonstrate for comparison. You can't. You
Okay.
you Philbros need to realize that you literally have to have a demonstration.
Evidence
I don't
first. You
know
need to
why you
realize
guys
that
don't
you
comprehend that
over-
you have to have a demonstration. Like, you guys are incapable of comprehending epistemology. Like, you study logic and then you throw out the basics of logic. Logic still requires epistemology. You guys really need to go learn more. It's so fucking pathetically boring. It is literally just boring. It's not even annoying. It's just boring. You guys don't annoy me. You bore me. You have no argument. You have no evidence. You have no demonstrations. You have nothing but big jargon. And when someone doesn't understand it, you yell low tier, slow boy, clipped, back shots, blah, 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 blah. It's boring. It's just the same shit over and over and over. You have nothing new. You are all copy and pastes of each other. It is literally nothing new. Exact same arguments, exact same comebacks, exact same everything. There's nothing new. You're all boring. No Philbro ever converted anyone to their religion, if indeed they have one. Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, there's no such thing as a logically sound argument for God. Yeah, it's just boring. Well, if you don't like it, move on, edit. Hey, Trim, you don't like it? Move on. Want to have a conversation request. Being a coward in the chat and trolling doesn't help either of us. It's just boring. It's repetitive. Everyone does it. Actually, I feel amazing. So as you guys know, I rehomed Odin yesterday. So last night was my first night sleeping without Odin. It was a little sad, but holy shit, did I sleep amazing. I feel so good. I feel so good. Oh no, it's 100%. It's the mic is picking up the whenever I inhale, it's picking up it turning on. That's what the beep is. I'm not hearing it beep, only the mic is. Yeah, he went somewhere really nice. It was a gentleman and he had some kids, some teenagers, and Odin has a lot of energy, so I think that he'll get to play a little bit more. Oh, I get it. I'm used to my vapes. They're quiet. Yeah, this is completely quiet. I cannot hear it. It's just the mic, because the breathing port is on the bottom, so whenever I inhale it right next to the mic, it's picking up the activation and turning on of the vape, which apparently has a beep. I can't hear it at all. It's just a regular, Kelly. It's just regular. I'm currently finishing up Ethics by Spinoza, and then I'm gonna go get some. I'm finishing up Spinoza Ethics and Humor, and hopefully I'll finish that before the end of this week. And then I'm gonna go get some books on phenomenology, because I know a lot of people love to argue it. So probably pick up Berkeley, even though I fucking hate him. CPRR. What is that? Yeah, okay, we don't blame God for misfortunes. Mark Twain. That's funny. Every Philbro is the equivalent of screaming Pickle Rick in public. Yeah, it's just boring, dude. Like, I've been doing this for a year now, and for a little while, I was like, okay, they're a good challenge. But now I'm at the point where they're literally just, they're all in the same class, they're all in the same Discord, saying the exact same argument with the exact same comeback gotchas, and they mass go into and follow each other into TikTok streams and just regurgitate the same thing over. It's just annoyingly boring. Like, I used to think they were fun to teach me, like arguing with them and not knowing their words and then going and learning the words and learning the philosophy, but now it's just boring. I actually haven't read The God Delusion yet. Yeah, it got old really fast. It got so boring, and none of them use epistemology in any of their arguments at all. None of them. Literally, not a single Philbro has ever given me a good epistemic justification. All right, you need to be muted since you're just going to spam the same thing. Conversation with God. I've not heard of that one. Yeah, I plan on going Friday to the bookstore. I spend way too much money on books, dude. It's so ridiculous. I still need to get a fucking bookshelf. I don't even have a bookshelf yet. All of my books are just on top of my computer or just on my desk. It's it's chaotic. I really need to go get a bookshelf. I don't even have like a proper desk. I'm using a folding white party table. It's an older series of books? Okay. Gotcha. Check thrift stores for bookshelves. Yeah, that is a good idea, actually. I don't have a big vehicle though. I usually, when it comes to big things, I just order them. That way I could just put them together inside. Thousands on one book. God damn. Christian centric. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with like reading a book that is biased towards a belief system. Because, like, you know, we can still take what's good and throw out the bad. Looked at epistemology. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I've got a Jeep Wrangler that can technically, but the back is small. It's a TJ, so it's not exactly really big. Oh, I do love Hitchens. I've never read Hitchens, though. I just watch his debates. What's up, Sober? How's it going, brother? I want a TJ. Oh man, it's something. I'm currently saving up to get a Prius. Really need to get a better gas vehicle. I'd like to have a full electric. Do you believe in science? That's a dumb question. I'm not even going to answer that. Yeah, Phil Bros can't converse. Yeah, the old Jeeps are neat. I think they're absolute fucking piles of shit, though. Yeah, just a frame on wheels. I don't think I've ever heard Jeep and great car in the same sentence before. So the Jeep is a inheritance. We got it because I was chatting with this family member and I was shit talking the fuck out of the Jeep. And I was the only person that didn't want the, like, everyone in the family was coming around just so that they could get the Jeep, not because he was passing away. And I was the only one shit talking his car. And he was like, you know what? Everyone else wants the car and you're actually here for me. Do you want the Jeep? And I was like, I don't, but if you give it to me, I'm not going to say no. So that's why I had it. Jeeps fucking suck. Jeeps are probably the worst fucking vehicles ever made in the history of fucking mankind. Like, they fucking suck. They're fun as shit, but they fucking suck. They are terrible. Talk about fix or repair daily Ford. Dude, Jeeps are fix or repair daily. They fucking suck. The only good thing about a Jeep is that it's not going to get stuck. Yeah, the wiring is annoying too. I have rewired this car so many times. They just fucking suck. Yeah, I don't like working on cars at all. I learned how to just because I need to, but I fucking hate it. If I have the money, I take it to a shop. I don't even like doing my own oil change. fucking sucks. Yeah, Honda, Toyota, hell yeah. Only two vehicles I like. I've never owned a Toyota though. I've only ever bought Hondas. Yeah, exactly. Knowing how to fix it and then wanting to fix it, two very different things. That's like two, like, I had to swap out some tires on the Jeep the other day. Holy shit, it's so lifted. It took me an hour just to get it jacked up correctly. They're so heavy and clunky. And do I have a favorite car? No. I don't have favorite things. Like, I just don't care. That's a lie. Favorite car, Honda Accord. That's the favorite car I've ever owned. Super comfy, has all the technology I like, great gas mileage, easy to fix, cheap, loved it. The Accord was I think it was a 15 or 16 or something like that. This was years ago. It was the first new car I ever bought. I don't even know what that word is, James. The poor man's GTO. Oh god, the lack of requesters and views on TikTok. I'm gonna spend today just making like 30 videos. Do I hate people that believe in God? No, I just don't have any belief in their intelligence. When I'm in public and someone purposefully brings up God, I immediately stop trusting them and their intelligence. If they say anything after that, I don't trust it and I have to look it up to fact check it. Catholic thinker doesn't believe in the typical God, Yamadas. And Catholic thinker is also capable of admitting where his gaps are. Catholic thinker is an enigma among theists. He is not a normal theist. Oh, God. All right, what's the argument?
How are you?
Do you want to use a logical argument, a philosophical discussion? I'd prefer a philosophical discussion. Logical arguments for God fall short.
The argument I'm going to make is just like Aristotle's first mover argument, so if you're familiar with it.
I mean, I don't... Brother, the default state of energy in the universe itself is movement, so why does it have to have a first mover when it is the first mover?
Yeah, Aristotle's argument for motion has nothing to do with like physical motion. Motion just defined as like the reduction of something being potential to actual.
Yeah, that's
nothing
energy.
To do with, like, actual. No, that's not. It's a metaphysical claim. Potentiality and actuality are like immaterial, while energy is material, so they can't be.
Yeah,
like,
energy has that. Energy is that.
No, energy has potential and actuality.
Yeah.
That's not the argument.
It is the exact. You can call energy God if you want. That is the first mover. Energy can't be created. It's always existed. The universe is all things in the universe are contingent upon the universe's existence.
If you accept the active potency distinction, then whatever matter is merely potential. And so for you to qualify like energy or any type of physical composite as the first mover would be like self-defeating.
No, it's self-evident.
Okay,
non-existence can't exist. Nothingness doesn't exist. All things that obtain are attributes that have energy. This is Spinoza, brother.
Okay, wait, does energy... No one
your potency argument. No one respects your argument. The fuck are you saying, dude? Anything you say to me, I can say right back at you with the same amount of stupidity and pettiness.
Okay. Wait, does energy have potential?
What?
Does energy have potential?
Yes.
Does energy have potential?
Yes.
Okay, so so it can't be pure act.
It is.
Okay, so it's fine. That's you not refute the argument.
Dude, energy is self-evident.
Something cannot be both pure act and have potential.
I don't agree with you because energy says you're full of shit.
You're not engaging.
I'm not engaging with stupidity.
You said the first mover.
Okay, let's say I don't know anything about energy. Can you demonstrate a first mover?
If you accept the mere actualization of potential, it reduces necessarily to first mover,
Cool. Deeper
which is
mechanic
just
in
what we call a
physics.
pure act.
Are you talking about
What?
a personal God or just in general?
Wait, it is a personal God, but the first conclusion to
Okay,
open is
so there's
pure
no
act. From
demonstration
that we
for it.
extract. Yes, it is. Do you accept that when things
No.
change? Is it the reduction of potentiality to actuality? So
What?
what's change?
Slow down.
What's change?
What
What's
is change?
Like when
Cause
you
effect?
say something changes, like right, cause is what? Like the potential for something to
An
become the
action
effect,
being
and it gets
taken for an effect to happen.
right. Or otherwise stated, something has the potential to be something, and then something actualizes.
Yeah, would
it.
you agree that energy is able to transfer and change?
It's potential, sure, yeah, but it's
Yeah,
still
do you also
potential.
agree that it is the cause for the act?
No, it's not the final cause.
Okay, so what causes energy?
The pure act, that which
Which
has
is?
no cause, which is what we label to be God.
That's a nice definition of something that doesn't exist. Can you demonstrate it for me?
No, I qualified it. Yeah, again.
You're
it's anything that
defining,
has a-
nope, you're defining God into
anything
existence.
that
You're
has
saying you don't agree.
potential.
Your argument is this. Nuh-uh. That's your argument. Nuh-uh, God did it. That's your argument.
No,
Demonstrate it.
actually, yeah, anything that has a potential must get actualized by something already
Incorrect.
possessing that act.
Demonstrate
That's
that energy is contingent.
Wait, I don't care about energy. This goes for anything.
No, it doesn't. I am
Yes, it does.
I am
Wait,
demonstrating to you that it does not objectively.
Anything that has potential can get actualized.
Wonderful.
That which
Demonstrate that for
actualizes it
energy.
must be something
Wonderful.
distinct from it.
Demonstrate that for energy.
Wait, it's irrelevant. That's not
No, it's
relevant
not.
to the argument.
It's
Wait, if you
100%
knew
relevant.
anything about the universe, it's not an
Your
argument, you would know that
claim
they
is
already
that
thought
your
the
claim
universe is eternal. Wait,
your claim
energy can
is that the universe is
energy can be.
God, I hate Phil Bros. Your claim is that the universe is contingent. Prove it. You just saying, nuh-uh, God did it, is not a demonstration. Phil Bros are pathetic. Go learn epistemology, dumbass. God damn, it's so boring. Same arguments over and over and over. Nuh-uh, I don't like that, so I don't grant it. Can I demonstrate why I don't grant it? No, I just don't grant it because my confirmation bias and cognitive dissonance won't allow me to grant your argument. Like, that's stupid. I asked you like 10 times to demonstrate what causes energy. You were incapable. God, that was boring. I love like when we have theists come up and the theists actually have a philosophical discussion, like if in some world this could be possible and this mathematics in our world demonstrates that it could be probable, then couldn't this allow for God? And then I can actually respond to something like that. I can say, yeah, that could possibly adhere to a God, but it could also adhere to this thing over here. And then we go in deeper and deeper. But when you come in here and say, nuh-uh, that's not an argument. You're just being annoying. Like, let's have a conversation. Phil Bros need to learn how to converse back and forth. It's so stupid. It's just meaningless. If all these Phil Bros, instead of stating everything as true, learned how to actually question, and then we're also open to being wrong, same as we are, we would have amazing conversations because they are smart. They know so much philosophy. They know so much logic. They don't use it correctly, but they know it. If only they could converse with it. It's the same dialogue trees over and over. Literally. It's so boring. Yeah, it's the first act. Okay, demonstrate that. Demonstrate that it wasn't. Dude, what? That's boring. I don't know. Demonstrate that this thing exists. Well, you can't demonstrate otherwise, therefore it's more likely. It's not more likely. You haven't demonstrated that it's even true. It could be something we don't know about. Like, what? That's stupid. Ugh. Phil Bros. Blech. Oh, God. I love philosophy so much. It is so fucking fun. I just wish that they would actually talk philosophy instead of Philbro rhetoric. What's up, Noah?
Hey, how's it going, guys? If God was real, why'd my grandma die, guys? Like, can any of the Philbros answer that? Why did he let my grandma die? Why'd he let all these children die? Like, what's up with that? Is he like evil or something? Like, he must be pretty evil. He must be Satan, actually. You know? Maybe
Ooh.
he's deceiving us. Maybe he's Satan. You know?
Hey, he did tell the first lie.
Satan's a deceiver. So maybe Satan's making himself look like God and deceiving all of you. Just saying. Just saying. See you, man. I love you.
I appreciate you. That was funny. Yeah, Phil Bros no script. I would love Phil Bros if they actually like listened. Basically, if you don't agree with them, they keep running the same thing over and over and just call you dumb for not agreeing. Like, if you don't agree with their one form of logic, you're all of a sudden dumb for not agreeing with their logic. And then we explain why we don't agree with it. And then they say, well, you should. Ha ha ha. You're so low tier. Ha 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 ha. This one philosopher said that it's true, therefore it is, and you're dumb. Like, it's just boring, dude. You know, I think, all right, so let's say if a Phil Bro comes in here and they're like, okay, this is the logic I adhere to, and it's true because of this, this, and this. And I say, I don't grant that because it's missing information here. They say, okay, that's fair. I use this epistemology for my justification of truth. What do you think about that? And I say, I don't grant that because it's missing this piece of information for me. And they say, okay, you know what? That's valid. I do grant it, and I don't necessarily understand why you don't, but I do hear what you're saying. Let me look into that. Here's another argument. That is an honest back and forth conversation. They're incapable of doing that. Instead, we say, I don't grant that because it's missing this information. And they go, you're so low tier, 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 rhetorical backshots. You're in a corner, you're in a corner, you're in a corner. I just clipped you. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my, like, it's so boring. Well, philosophy. Philbros are not philosophers. When I'm saying Philbro, I'm not talking about philosophy lovers. I'm using that as a mean word. Philbros are incorrectly using big jargon to purposefully confuse and annoy people. KG's dumb. Again, all they got to do is have some back and forth. Like, when I debated, oh shit, what's that really big theist name? Q-Top. We had a good conversation. Me and Q-Top had a good conversation. Now, the problem was, we got past all like the stupid Philbro rhetoric in the beginning, and that was super nice. But we got hung up on the epistemic justification part. And instead of him admitting, you know what, I don't know, and it's based solely on faith, he just kept on saying, I am wrong, and he doesn't have to demonstrate otherwise. Like, that's all it came down to. Other than that, it was a really good conversation. I thought he was really cool. I had a great time talking to Q-Top. I thought he was cool. I know all of you guys hate Q-Top, but I thought he was pretty cool. And same for like Monkey Boy. I fucking love Monkey Boy. He's incredibly intelligent. He knows logic beyond majority of our understandings. Incredibly kind when he's in conversation. He still holds their feet to the fire. He does it a lot nicer than I do. Incredibly smart dude. Ian, incredibly fucking smart. Justin, like, they're all incredibly smart guys. It's just these specific Philbros that have this literal tier list of, if you don't know this word, you're all of a sudden lower on the tier list. Like, that's not how philosophy works. At all. That's not philosophy. You're gamifying everything and turning it into the more you memorize, the smarter you are. That's not how it works. Yeah, they do all have the exact same cadence. Yeah, can you follow along? Can you follow along? Low tier, you're tracking error, tracking error. Yeah, don't put me on a tier list. My only goal for the Philbro tier lists is to piss all of them off and make them cry like the pathetic cowardice bitches they are. That's all I care about. They're so obnoxiously annoying. And they hate me, and I'm glad they do, because they are beyond pathetic. I have no desire to be in their group. At all. The vocal fry is an instant giveaway, literally. They come in like, hey man, you over the age of 18? Yeah, obviously. Well, it's not obvious. I'm just asking a question. TikTok terms of service. Well, anyways, here's the justification. P1 is going to be... P2 is going to be... Are you tracking? Are you tracking? Okay, well, what I said was P1 is going to be... P2 is going to follow to... And therefore, this must be true. Are you tracking? Low tier. Low tier, are you following? Okay, that's going to be a tracking error. You're such a low tier. Everyone makes fun of you. Everyone makes fun of you. So what I said was P1. Like, you're fucking annoying. Shut up. Yamatas, I don't know all these. You're asking a million and one questions that I don't have answers to. I don't know names. I don't know people. I'm fucking stupid. I'm not in the Philbro community. I don't know these names. I join like 3 or 4 lives consistently. The only time I argue with these quote unquote Philbros is when they join my live. Oh, I love Born Again. I think she's fucking funny. I have no reason not to like Born Again. She's awesome. And like that's the thing too, like I don't agree with even the people in this community. Like Q-Top, I don't have a problem with Q-Top at all, even though like the majority of the atheist creators fucking hate him. I have no problem with him. I genuinely don't care about the opposition's opinions or our opinions. Like if someone tells me that Q-Top, for instance, has said X, Y, and Z recently, and it's like something like super racist or something like that, I will then change my opinion if I go and look and actually see it as true. But it's like, I'm here for evidence. I'm here simply to argue evidence. My feelings, my opinions do not fucking matter. The opinions and feelings of all these communities do not fucking matter. Like, I don't give a shit about anyone's feelings and opinions when I'm in a debate platform. In public, absolutely. I grant so much shit in public. Q-Top has defended PDFs. See, with that being said, has he legitimately said Epstein is a good man? Or has he legitimately said that PDF is good? Or is he defending someone based on like a specific argument, and because he defended their argument, you're saying he's defending them? Or again, is he defending like when it comes to like Muslims, for instance, I don't think that they're actually defending necessarily pedophilia. Oh, I guess they are. But it's also like such a deep indoctrination that I don't necessarily hold them to it. Like, they don't know better. They don't know how to actually critically think. They were raised to believe this. and they have a completely different thought process behind it. He said things to the effect of there's nothing wrong with it. Oh yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Oh shit, you guys are talking about the patriarchy. Where did that come from? Oh, I agree. I agree with that. Melinda Gates helped Bill. Yeah. We are learning how stupid Philbros are. Not even stupid. They're not even stupid. They're incredibly intelligent. I think they're all literally just trolling for shits and giggles. If someone has allegations and controversy, I would look into them before saying anything about them in general. I do agree with that. But like when it comes to like, if someone tells me, if someone told me right now that Monkey Boy or Q-Top had allegations against them, I'm not going to immediately hold them as if they are guilty. I'm going to say, oh, that's fucking terrible. I'm going to look into it. But if I don't know it to be true, I'm not going to think of it as true, if that makes sense. Like I'll definitely think of them more cautiously. I'll absolutely think of them more cautiously. Hey, Broken. Philbros, in my experience, are just above average enough to know they're above average. Yeah. I don't even think they don't even know philosophy, though. They just memorize logical terms. Unfortunately, most people won't do independent research because it isn't mentally efficient. Yeah, that's a really important part, too. Like, just because someone says something doesn't mean it's true. It's the biggest thing. Well, the Catholic Church said, okay, I don't care. Why did they say it? Well, the consensus among scholars is, okay, cool. Why? I was watching this one guy on TV today working in a backyard, and I was thinking that how he was so big and so strong and so dumb. He had tools right next to him that he wasn't using. Oh, yeah. That was such a hard part for me with my deconstruction journey, was understanding how toxic of a man I was and realizing that I don't have to be this big macho dude. That was a really hard thing for me to get over. Ice Cream, never heard of him. Ice Cream is annoying, can't stand him. Ice Cream is cool, first atheist I watched. Oh shit, Various. You got some opposition there. I think Jesus had a God complex. Now you're a man. Now you're a man. Man, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, sassy is amazing. I love sassiness. You know, another thing with my deconstruction from the conservative values that I held as well was actually realizing how racist I actually was. And then like you guys have taught me, I think it was like last month, that there's a difference in bigotry and racism. That was interesting to learn too. The only reasonable way to believe in gods is to believe that they are examples of humanity's creativity. So like, I think it's really cool learning about gods and stuff in the sense of it lets us see what people used to think and how they like got through and worked through life. Like, I think the gods that people follow are very intrinsic to the type of persons that they are, like their characteristics, like Hindus, right? Or I don't know what China believes or what they follow or whatever, but like when you look at like their Buddhist and Hindu like lifestyle and the gods and whatnot that they follow, and then you look at the way that their society is ran, you get a massive understanding of who they are as people based on what religion they are. Like if I hear someone say Christian or Catholic, I'm immediately like, okay, you're a douchebag. If a dude is like, man, God tells all things, I'm like, okay, you 100% beat your wife when you go home. Like that's my first fucking thought. But whenever someone tells me that they're a Hindu or a Buddhist, I immediately think that they try and meditate, they try and live calm and peaceful. They're all about peace and helping one another. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you really get a strong sense for who someone can be just solely based on what they believe. So you look at like Greek mythology or whatever, and we can see what type of people they were based just in the religion. I think that's really cool. When I was deconstructing, I started like questioning things when I was like 13, and I started looking into Hinduism because it was my favorite. It's always been my favorite religion. I have no clue where I was going with that. Never mind. It came in as fast as it went. Yeah, Hinduism's fucking awesome. How long have I been live? We're on an hour and a half, brother. Yeah, I think the reason that we've got such low viewership is because I haven't uploaded any videos in a few days. If I upload a couple of videos a day for the next like week, we'll have well over 100 again. I just haven't like, I hate regurgitation. And if I don't have any like new ideas or new arguments, then I don't want to post video. I could just start posting videos of like just walking through regular day-to-day life and just like, you know, share thoughts and whatnot. I just don't know how much people would actually enjoy that. I could show more videos of like me doing my own witchcraft practices, like, you know, whatever. Like I could show a lot more. I could explain fallacies. Bro, I'm so ignorant. I'm so fucking hardcore with my justifications that I genuinely believe that 100% of all arguments for God and the supernatural are God of the gaps and special pleading. Period. Like 100% of all of them are either a God gap or they're just special pleading. But technically, they're using tens of others of fallacies. But I consider those other fallacies just another form of God of the gaps or special pleading. Karmic witchcraft helps me cope with the world and people around me. So yeah, I was looking into that because I'm a type of person that if I see some like wrongdoing in public or whatever, I really like to get involved to my own detriment. And I was thinking about that. I was like, what if I carried around some charm baggies, right? And like if I saw someone like beat their wife or something, I just fucking slip them a curse. And so I looked into psychology of that. So I don't believe in karma by any means, but I do believe karma is so like when we look at things that people believe when it comes to superstitions like karma, it is true that there's effects. Like if you believe what you put out comes around, that is true. Is it caused by karma though? No. What it's caused by is the psychology. If you genuinely believe that you're going to have a good day or that you have blessed somebody, then you're going to walk around with that belief for that person, and they're going to see it in your micro expressions, in the way that you talk, etc. Or if you curse somebody, same thing. They're going to see slight differences in your personality. And then, like, for instance, just telling someone that you're a witch or whatever immediately tends to bring, even just minutely, some sort of fear. So it's even easier to quote unquote curse somebody. Or if they do something wrong around you, they know they've done something wrong. So there's that guilt aspect. And then also, if you call them out on it or you say a curse or whatever, they're more likely to have that nocebo or placebo of making their own life have some sort of quote unquote karmic reaction. I love that. That's fun. Don't look at my micro expressions, you micro pervert.
Yo, Willow Benjamin Yahoo, you fucking nigga, bro. Yeah, I love you, man.
Dude, you're 2. Go play Roblox. What's up, Brian?
So that was wild.
Right?
Doing that.
Are you over the age of 18?
Yeah, 38.
Awesome. Which God do you believe in?
Oh, none. But I was going to comment on the karma thing.
Oh,
what
sure.
I've noticed in my life is that if you're friendly and helpful to others, it'll like come back, because if they see you and you need help, yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
So
I love
if
it.
you want to define karma as being nice to others and then they'll be nice to you, yeah,
Yeah.
it's happened in my life a lot.
Oh yeah, and that's like when I'm here on debate and someone says they believe in karma, I immediately shut it down because I know karma, the supernatural belief of karma, like energy affecting things, is not true. But if I'm in regular life and someone says they believe in karma, I say I do too, because the act of expecting things to come around and go around based on our placebo effects and whatnot is true.
Yeah, especially like I live in a town of like, well, it has small town vibes if you're in like a certain area. Like the main street, there's a bunch of shops and restaurants and stuff like that. And if you always hang out there and are nice to people, it's, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I live in a small town too. I grew up on a farm close to where I live right now. I'm terrified of the city.
Oh, heck. I was in Chicago once, and one guy was like, just sitting at the bar, and the bartender asked him, hey, you want another shot? He's like, no, like his 2 friends were in the bathroom. And I was like, how about this? Like, we can do half shots. I'll pay for it. You do a half, and I'll do a half.
Were his
And then-
were his friends in the bathroom in the Empire State getting higher than the Empire State? That I butchered it. Continue.
I don't know. There's no evidence for or against, so. But then he buys me my drinks for the rest of the night. He just happened to be the owner of that restaurant and also
Hell yeah.
another bar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
Exactly.
so, like that's not why I was being nice.
Right.
It's just, lo and behold.
Yeah, I get that also. Like I'm such an introverted extrovert. I hate people, but I automatically start talking to like everybody. So like when I'm out at bars or whatever, I get free drinks all the time just because I'm making friends with literally fucking everybody.
Yeah, just being kind is wild.
Yeah, Christians need to learn how to.
But yeah, if you want someone else, I can, totally drop out.
I appreciate you, brother. You have yourself a good day, all right?
Yeah, you too.
Ryan was awesome. Let's get some W's in there for Ryan. That was awesome. We love Ryan. I love that song. Me too. Oh my God, dude. I miss getting on the bus for school and putting on 95.7 The Vibe and just fucking listening to all the big hits. All your biggest hits. Baby, baby. Oh God. I need to get a guitar. I still don't have my guitar back. Yeah, like, okay, so like here on the debate platform, I'm I named it evidence first with the intentions of not giving a shit about feelings. Okay. But when we have philosophers or agnostic or people that are theistic coming in and they're curious, I'll 100% grant the feelings more because that's what I'm like in person. When I'm in person, I absolutely validate feelings because it's not a debate fucking format. But here, I'm not here to talk about, oh my God, you had this experience and it's so magical. I'm here to talk about what caused the experience. You know, so I come off as a douchebag because I'm like, nope, you had that experience. I get that you had the experience, but it's not caused by this supernatural thing. And then I hold to that really hardcore until they fix the burden of proof and prove that it was supernatural. And they don't like that. Hi, Ravis, daddy. I said it first, motherfucker. I'm a seal. Or. Sorry, I'll never do that again. my apologies. My bad, bro. Oh, man. Anywho, nice weather we got today. Dude, it's actually like over 80 degrees already. Ugh. I wear cardigans and I like pea coats and whatnot and like turtlenecks. And when it's hot, I have no style. I have absolutely no style in summer at all. And I hate that. I prefer style over comfort. Ooh, Papa Bear.
See, I'm the opposite. I have no style in the wintertime.
Oh man, no. Winter, I'm fucking rocking that shit.
Like, I've been told I dress like a lesbian. That feels wrong to say, but like I wear basketball shorts and
oh, you're one of them weirdos outside in flip flops and shorts and snow.
Yeah, I mean I'll be like that all winter long if I can. But the nice part about summer is I can put up the car and ride my skateboard into work.
I love driving too much too.
Yeah, I hate driving so much. That's why I moved so close to my workplace.
Oh, I love driving.
Like I'm downhill from my workplace too.
Oh,
so like
that's nice on the way there.
Yeah.
It's not
And I
nice
can
going
walk all the
uphill.
way back.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get Ryan in here. Ryan's pretty awesome. You guys can have a good conversation. Then I'm gonna go get some coffee.
One of those, I was one of those shorts and winter weirdos.
Oh, absolutely, man. I grew up in Michigan.
Until, just letting you know, I don't know if this is like causation or correlation, but at the time my girlfriend was like, wear pants. And I was like, okay. And then my legs never went back to shorts. They were so happy having pants that, yeah, now I get cold in my legs. So I don't know if that's causation or what.
It probably is just your brain finally realized that your legs were getting cold. Like that's not a very scientific explanation, but
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna be real at my last job, because I worked in St. Louis before I came back to Detroit here. At my last job, they required pants, and so like I like it took me like almost a month to adjust to not to being able to wear shorts in the lab again.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. But yeah, man. What brought you up? Did you just want to like vibe discuss while we
Oh
wait
yeah,
for the
like I
guests?
just wanted to share with you that I'm also one of those. I was once one of those shorts and winter weirdos. I was walking to class in college with a couple hoodies on, and like snow boots, and then shorts.
Yeah.
It was comfy.
Yeah, man. Like I still like that to this day, man. My youngest son is like that. He wants to wear shorts all year round. So, like, we'll both be wearing shorts, and then my other two kids, and well, what is now my ex-wife will be bundled up like crazy, and we look like psychos in the group.
Yeah.
Oh, my youngest, I think he just likes to copy dad because he'll start shaking every now and then. I'm like, well, all right, let's
We're not
wrap
having a
him up.
hypothermic kid. Let's get you warm.
Yeah, well, it's why I mean, like he's 3, but I still carry a diaper bag, so like it's just habit at this point, you know. Once you, I feel like men would be happier if they allowed themselves to carry a purse, because like carrying a diaper bag means I get to carry so much cool stuff with me, and carry stuff for my kids. But like I always keep
Oh, yeah.
clothes in there for them.
What I've been doing over the past like 6 months is just whenever I go outside in the adventure, I bring my backpack, and I just have random stuff in there, like medication, protein bars, or what have you, a speaker, and then also like battery powered like RGB like lights that like point to the ceiling, and then I'll just like start a party like somewhere. Respectfully, right? Like the music isn't too loud.
Right, that's fair. Yeah, my diaper bag that I have for my
I always
youngest.
knew you had a diaper.
Well, I mean, my kids wear diapers. But my diaper bags I carry around for my boys. I've had the same one since my oldest was born, and it's a big coffin. It looks like a big coffin. So
That's great.
I've always carried it for them. And the joke back in the day was, well, you know, just in case there's a death, I have our coffin ready. Now it feels a little dark, but it was fun at the time.
Yeah. Proof he has kids.
Yeah, he's laying down here on my leg watching some shows. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. I
Shame
don't mind at
on
all.
you. Wow. Shame on you.
Gosh, a father? Ice, get him. I think he's international.
I love how I talk about carrying a purse. The first thing Russell says is beta.
I think Russell is like a 19-year-old that just learned that philosophy exists. He went into Reddit, looked up a few arguments, joined a bunch of panels, and started arguing with absolutely regurgitated horse shit. And then he wants to be somebody, so he comes in and gets fucking smoked just so he can get seen by some sort of an audience.
It is bold of you to say that he learned about that philosophy.
No.
I think
He learned
might-
the word philosophy exists.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I do look damn good in a suit, Mortensen. Hell yeah.
I don't. I don't look good at all in a suit.
Oh, we got another KG loser in here. KG, if you want to hop up.
And Fayborn, you just got to get the right suit.
Well, so my problem is that my
Yep,
shoulders
totally
are
got beat
super
down. Request
broad.
up, KG wannabe.
Heck yeah, come on down. But yeah,
I'm so easy. Prove it and request up.
Yeah, one of my big problems is when I get a suit, my shoulders are super broad. So
Yeah.
I look like a box. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
they
"Ah,
are.
this
You
is-
big boy. Crux, you're talking a bunch of shit in chat. You too scared to come up?
I'm too scared to come up. Very unwelcoming.
I'm unwelcoming towards Philbros, 100%.
Oh, just a small anecdote. I don't currently believe in any gods or God, but it was fascinating when I was Christian. Like 2006, first year of college, I was like praying that God helps me study because I'm worried about finals. Like, sure, like
Let
everybody
me,
could use a
side
boost,
note,
right?
I'm so sorry. In 2006, I just got out of diapers. All right, continue.
Well, good for you. Proud of you. Look at where you're at now. Hell yeah.
Do you feel old yet?
Oh, yeah. And then after praying, my laptop like died in that it just didn't work anymore. But the only reason I was like actually on my laptop was social media. I wasn't using it to study at all. It was just a distraction. So obviously correlation doesn't mean causation, but that just helped like cement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the time, because confirmation bias.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's happening? We are. I was gonna, yeah. I'm gonna not say what I was gonna say.
2006 out of diapers. Nice.
Yeah, bro. I was born in 2000.
Yeah. I was born in the 1900s. Please be
Woo! Shit.
patient.
I was born the same year that Pokemon released, 1996.
I feel
Gosh,
like you're
remember
younger than
playing
me, though.
Pokemon on the Game Boy Color.
Hey, I will say I did get the benefit of a old school mother, so I did grow up with only a Game Boy. Played Pokemon. I think the first Pokemon I ever played was Red, and then I had
Yeah.
an Atari, so I got lucky with that. I had VHS up into my teen years. I got lucky with that, but boy, oh boy, am I young.
Yeah.
No, Carrie, god damn it, it was a joke.
Yeah, I definitely believe Cody was in diapers until he was
God
6.
damn it.
I mean, to be fair, my 5-year-old's still in diapers, but that's a different story.
Dude, I actually do have like some weird like things that I do. I wouldn't consider it OCD, but people say OCD. I am not diagnosed OCD at all. But when I was in diapers, the type of diapers my mom would buy, I don't know why I remember this. They had this really soft fabric on one of the legs. And I would always lay down with my little drink and I would just rub it like you'd rub an earlobe, and I would just rub it while I drank my milk. That's a weird memory to share with the world.
I mean, that's valid. My 5-year-old, he only wears one type of diaper, and it's always gotta be, it's the Walmart brand pull-ups, and it's because they have a little plastic strap on the legs, and he likes to do the same thing where he'll lay there and rub that plastic strap as he falls asleep.
I like a plastic strap.
The cheap brand.
Yeah, but that's the cheap brand for him, but he'll be out of diapers here soon. We just gotta get him to not be afraid of the toilet. That's
Can I
what
just
we
point
want.
out that KG left like immediately?
Well, yeah.
Coward.
You know, they're usually cowards. That's the problem. So did Russell. Like he called me a beta and then ran.
I think, did y'all ever experience, like your friends saying it's gay if you do this way?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so think of those stories because I have one for you. It was Noah Jackson told me it's gay if you wipe your butt this way. I'm like, what? Like,
okay.
I gotta wipe my butt.
Sometimes you sit there and you have that shit that you enjoy, and I don't think that's gay. I think we all have that.
Do y'all have any examples of like the rumors of like doing something that's just, not sexually charged at all?
As a
And it turns out it
dude,
was gay?
no.
I mean, in my position,
Actually,
I
you know
got
what? I would
kids.
like Ravis. I would love for you to talk with Alex K. That'd be very interesting. An actual biologist versus someone that thinks that some external antenna TV provides consciousness.
Sure, I wouldn't mind.
Kay, if you want to hop up and explain your theory of consciousness, I think he's a panpsychist.
I think consciousness is the hard part. Like, so I stand on record saying that the hard question of consciousness isn't a hard question.
Yeah, no.
It's fairly basic. However, I do understand that there are different positions that someone might have on consciousness.
You don't think
And,
he's
like,
panpsychist. He accepts integrated information theory. Sober. Integrated information theory is like very heavily in panpsychism.
It might be one of those things where it's related, but not like entirely.
It's grounded in panpsychism. Let me rephrase.
Oh, that's fair. Well, again, yesterday I had someone tell me that in order to be a determinist, you must be a physicalist. I'm like, no.
No, not necessarily. So, you know, my problem with Alex K was I provided very strong explanations for consciousness, and his only argument was, nuh-uh, you can't understand, or you don't have an explanation for this. And then I provided a literal step-by-step causal mechanism for that experience, and his only argument again was, nuh-uh, it doesn't explain it. And I'm like, how does it not explain it? And we just went in circles with that. Because I'm perfectly fine accepting panpsychism. If IIT is true, fuck yeah, I would love to believe in that. But you have to demonstrate it. Are you a panpsychist, Kay? Alex?
Yeah, I'm kind of agnostic on whether panpsychism or idealism is true, but it's one of the two, probably.
But you do separate mind from body.
No, not your mind. No.
Elaborate.
Yeah, under my view, the body and the mind are coextensive. They're the same thing. They're the same object being viewed from two different perspectives.
Okay, yeah, I grant that.
Outside and the inside.
But you don't believe that consciousness is from the brain.
Correct.
I mean, in order for me to get on board with that, I would just need an example of consciousness absent brain.
Yeah, what do you mean when you say, show me an example of consciousness? It's kind of gibberish, right? Like, I can't even show you that I'm conscious.
I didn't say
Yeah, we
You
can.
have to assume that I am.
No, we can MRI machine and literally see which part of the brain lights up when you're conscious.
I also didn't say show me consciousness.
Is it conceivable that the brain could be lighting up in that way and that I would have no inner life whatsoever? If the answer is
No.
yes, then that's not showing me consciousness.
No, because there's only specific parts of the brain that only light up when you are conscious and aware. Like conscious being the definition of awake and aware.
No, that's not the definition of consciousness I'm working with.
What do you hold
I'm
to?
talking about subjective experience.
Right, that's going to
Thomas
be
Nagel
from
1974,
observations.
Where X is conscious if and only if there is something it is like to be X.
Yeah, I grant that.
I think it's important to
So
note.
that's not objectively observable, right?
Well-
You can't observe whether or not there is something it is like to be me.
The argument there that I bring up, though, is we can explain exact methods for where the experience comes from. Like, you're not going to have experience at all if you're not observing to some degree the world. So what causes observation? Ears, touch, seeing, smell, etc., right? So those are all products of the brain.
Yeah, Cody, can you tell me what you understand the hard problem and the easy problems to be?
A hard problem I take is qualia.
Okay, the question is, right, like we can't just say qualia, right? The question is, what is the problem?
Yeah, what the experience, what causes the experience, what it feels like to see this, or what it feels like to feel.
Yeah, kind of. So in 1995, David Chalmers wrote the paper Facing Up to the Problem of Consciousness. In this paper, he delineated between what he calls the easy problems and what he calls the hard problems. The easy problems are finding the correlations, right? So narrowing down the parts of the brain that are more specifically correlated to certain kinds of experiences. This project is already underway, and seemingly there's no issue in doing that. The hard problem is explaining why or how any of that activity is accompanied by subjective experience. The correlation between subjective experience and physical states is such that it's unexpected and requires an explanation.
Why do you think it's unexpected?
Because the properties we associate with subjectivity, namely qualities, are conceptually disparate from the properties associated with brains, namely quantities. Facts about neurons, facts about frequency, facts about fundamental particles, in no way, shape, or form entail subjectivity.
But the neurons would be the causal mechanism.
Yeah, I know that's the claim, right? But the problem with that, right, is we cannot render an intelligible scientific reduction for how that's the case or how that's true. We could say whatever we want, right? But we have to put our money where our mouth is at some point, right? And the hard problem is asking, right, for the answer to that question, how is it the case that there is something it is like to be this brain?
Well, through observation and experience.
No. The question is, what physical fact or group of facts about a brain logically entails that there will be something it is like to be this brain?
I'm not following.
Do you know what an entailment is? So, okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so look, a thought experiment. All right, so let's say I have a remote control, right? And there's also a television, right? And this television has no buttons on it. And we notice a correlation. Every time somebody pushes the power button on that remote, the TV turns on. In fact, that's the only time the TV turns on.
Right.
So there's a correlation between pushing the power button on the remote and the TV turning on. But if we want to investigate what the nature of this correlation is, we need to take a deeper look, right? So when I take a look at the remote, I notice that it has a battery in it, right? The battery, you know, I could give you all the facts about batteries. It's basically got stored energy, stored electricity. And the battery is connected to a circuit board, okay? And when I push a button on the remote, what I'm actually doing is closing a circuit such that energy is released from the battery. That energy travels to a diode at the tip of the remote, which releases infrared light at a certain wavelength, okay? That infrared light travels to the, you know, throughout the room, but makes contact with a sensor on the front of the TV such that another circuit gets closed and voila, the TV has power.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can give you a mathematical account of every single step in that process exhaustively. There's no gaps, there's no question, there's no mystery. The same cannot be done for consciousness. This is the hard problem.
Yeah, it is.
I just argue that this would be a statement of the brain connecting to the nervous system, and how we can explain every step of that occurring.
Yeah, the hard problem of consciousness does not exist in neurology. Neurologists explain exactly consciousness.
That's funny.
It's a
because
philosophical problem.
I actually interview these people. That's not true.
The consensus
Could you
is
just
true.
repeat
So
what I just said?
I can't
Could you
repeat
just repeat
like
what
the
what I just
TV
said?
analysis, like right, like you're looking at the causal mechanism of what causes and allows the remote to work to then connect to the TV, and then you're saying that we don't have that exact causal mechanism for the brain the same way we do have the TV and remote, right?
Right. Not now, not even in principle, because of the nature of how these things are defined. So subjective experience is qualitative. Every fact that you could possibly uncover about a brain is a quantitative fact. Okay, there's no world in which a quantitative fact will ever entail a subjective fact.
Well, the experience is caused by objective facts. The experience is subjective because it changes. But the objective fact is that neurons, observation, and chemical reactions cause the effects of that to feel. Like that's an objective fact.
That's a claim.
That's an objective fact. We can literally bottle happiness,
a
sadness.
No, you can't.
Yeah, we can. I can literally give you the
This is
exact
a
chemical compound.
bastardization. Look, if there's one thing that's really distasteful, right? It's one thing to have a philosophical view. That's cool. That's fine, right? And you have a belief that it's generated by the brain. It's another thing to say that it's a scientific fact. That's
It
like
is.
pseudoscience.
It's a neurological
No, it's not.
consensus.
No.
Okay,
No.
so four
No,
chemicals.
That's not a consensus that is born out of the science.
So dopamine,
That's not true.
serotonin, endorphins, oxytocin. And then The Neurological Consensus for Consciousness, American Academy of Neurology.
Yeah, I'm actually still wondering, like, what neurologist have you like interviewed?
Yeah.
So, actually, I have a really interesting interview on my YouTube channel. If anybody's interested, it's with a cognitive scientist. Well, two cognitive scientists actually, two different interviews. One of them's name is Jeffrey Yoshimi. He's out of the University of California, Merced. Okay, he wrote a paper called "The Metaphysical Neutrality of Cognitive Science," basically explaining how the science doesn't solve this question. It's a philosophical one.
I grant that it's a
So, you're welcome
philosophically
to check
made up
that out.
problem, but like even I'm looking at Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy right now for the neuroscience of consciousness, and even it is stating in neuroscience, along with the consensus that consciousness is an emergent property of the brain, generic and specific consciousness is explained in neuroscience. How might neural properties explain when a state is conscious rather than not, and how might neural properties explain what the content of a conscious state is explained in neurology.
No, this SEP. Put that up on screen.
Yeah. Let me see if I can widen this out.
Well, if I don't start moving now, I won't get food today. So I'm going to start
Okay,
moving.
yeah. I appreciate you being here, man.
Yeah, y'all, everybody have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Let me
Oh, and
drop
host, I think
down.
I've heard it's if I drop myself, it hurts your algorithm. So if you drop me, it's
Oh,
better
sure.
for you.
Yeah, I'll
Don't know if
drop
it's
you.
true.
I appreciate you, man. Oh, shit. Alex, come back. I was trying to click on him, but Ravis got...
My bad.
Damn it.
I was like, oh,
That's
yeah,
my
that
bad.
does help the algorithm.
Oh, it's not on screen yet. Here. Okay. So here we have... Why is it not show? Oh, it's because of the small... Here, let's get that in the center. Son of a bitch. Can I make this... I want it to fit for the TikTok to see it. Nope, wrong button. Okay, so let's do that. And then can that work? Okay, a little bit more. Okay, yeah, so in here, and this is from Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. It's like there's a philosophical problem, but then you have the neuroscience for it. Neuroscience gives an explanatory power for consciousness. Because
If you could just read the passage because it's too blurry for me now.
Oh,
If you could
okay.
just read it word for word, please.
Yeah, this. Let me see if I can abstract it. Is there an abstract for it? Okay. Fundamentals, map of the brain, neurons in brain, access consciousness, and phenomenal consciousness. Let's go to that. An important distinction separates access consciousness from phenomenal consciousness. Block 1995. Phenomenal consciousness refers to those properties of experience that correspond
Yeah,
to
that's
what
not
is.
really on topic. So access and phenomenal consciousness just refers to like self-awareness versus awareness implicator. Okay, that look, the point is this, right? I don't know where you're getting this idea that consciousness is explained by neuroscience.
The consensus.
Because the way I understand the situation, no, look, by consensus, if you mean that most people assume it is the case, then yes, I agree with you. But if by consensus you mean that it's some result that is born out of the science, then no, that's not true. Okay, but there's a big difference between those two things.
Okay, MDPI.
It's treated as a working hypothesis. So models like global workspace theory
is our
models
leading
like
model,
higher
and it
order
is
theory.
the most accurate model.
That's where are you getting that from?
Neuroscience. You're just
Where are you
denying
getting that
neuroscience.
Global workspace theory is the leading model. Where are you getting that?
All fucking looking up. So we can
Okay, so
do
you're making it up.
Stanford Encyclopedia
So
of Philosophy,
IIT is also-
MDPI.
look, here's the point. Here's another
What do you
point
mean
that I
I'm
wanted to
making it
make
up?
earlier.
What is
Yeah, here's
the
another point.
leading theory for consciousness? Integrated is leading here? Well, that's psychology today.
But here's your saving ground, right? So I'm going to concede a little ground to you here, but just to show that you're wrong about how you're thinking about the science. So earlier you had brought up, right, that integrated information theory is a panpsychist theory. This is false. Integrated information theory is metaphysically neutral, as is every other theory of consciousness.
PHI isn't.
Every other theory of consciousness. One of the authors, right, Christoph Koch, is actually now an idealist, but this is irrelevant to the actual work itself. The point is, science is metaphysically neutral. This proves it.
I could have sworn that global workspace theory was the leading theory of consciousness. Since when is it IIT?
Stop pretending like you actually know, bro.
Dude, the fact... Okay, pause. The fact that I'm able to grant if I am wrong... Come on now.
There's no reason.
Yeah, it's kind of like right in
There's
the
no
nose.
reason to be a snarky dickhead about it, Alex.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
He's wrong. That's where it is. You don't have to then go into, well, stop doing this. Like, don't be a snarky.
And this
dickhead.
is a psychological website, not a... Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. But again, pause. This is a psychology website, okay? So let's go into a scientific, neurological... Okay, biology insights. Is it going to
You
agree?
realize this is a red herring, though, right? It's irrelevant to the ultimate point, which is that science is metaphysically neutral. Global workspace theory doesn't prove that it's generated by the brain any more than integrated information theory does.
That's incorrect.
Furthermore, the
Integrated
idea that it
information
is
theory
generated by the
isn't
brain
as...
is a working hypothesis. It's not born out of the science, but instead presupposed before the science even begins. So
You
if
don't
you're
like
saying that this is a
presupposition, yet you...
scientific conclusion, then you're doing pseudoscience. That's the deeper point here.
Brother, you don't like presuppositioning, yet you grant PHI.
What the fuck is PHI?
That's for IIT. Like, it even says it right here. It's literally grounded in PHI, which is going to be like all
Talking about
matter.
phi. Dude,
Yeah.
That's okay. So hold on. So look, phi, right, is a number that represents the total integrated information of a system. So the thinking is behind that when we can describe a physical system in such a way that it surpasses a phi threshold, we can be confident in saying that that system is conscious. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about, Cody. Just like let it go, bro. Look, the point is this. Your view is not a scientific conclusion, right? It's a belief that you hold. Any statement that it is a scientific conclusion is pseudoscience by definition. Okay, what you're doing is philosophy, not science.
No, it's
So you can believe whatever
neuroscience.
you want, but once you step into the realm of philosophy, then I can apply philosophical critiques. You're not claiming something that's observable, dude.
That's objectively false. MRI machines. Is it really? It seems he's actually correct in that, but that's Psychology Today. Let's talk about psychology. Okay, NIH.
I don't know. I don't dive that deep into consciousness until I can see something that demonstrates that it doesn't appear to be an emergent property. All I can do is say, well, for the time being, I don't have anything to add to it. It's not my field.
Yeah, that's called faith. There's nothing that demonstrates that it is an emergent property.
What is
There's
that?
only
Faith.
things which demonstrate a necessary relationship between what we call the brain and what we call the mind.
But you
That is it.
understand that's
Your
not faith.
inference from
Like-
correlation to causation is fallacious.
You understand that's not faith, though, because what I'm doing is I'm saying this is what I would hold to based off of a quick understanding of it, but I wouldn't hold hard and fast.
So,
to
in
it.
accordance with National Library of Medicine, it's showing that they're both leading. So I don't see any consensus. I don't know why I was thinking that there was a consensus then, if I'm false on
Like, it
that.
doesn't even matter.
But
right? Like,
here's the
okay,
deal.
it's
So
fine if
what
you're
do you
right and if you're wrong.
define as consciousness then?
Subjective experience or the capacity thereof.
Okay, yeah. We can explain how we have subjective experience. That's the thing.
False. False.
Subjective experience is through observations of our world and the brain processing that information.
That's not an explanation. That's
Yeah,
a
it is.
hypothesis. Okay, an explanation is telling me exactly how that's the case.
Yeah, by
So
neural
remember the
networks.
explanation I gave you for the correlation between the remote and the television? I'm looking
Right.
for something as sophisticated as that.
Yeah, we have that. It's going to be neurons, brain chemistry, because
We don't.
feelings, right, are chemical reactions. That's a scientific fact.
No, it's not. It's not a scientific fact that feelings are identical to chemical reactions.
They are.
What is a
They're
scientific
caused by it.
fact is that there are no.
That is the causal
no.
mechanism for
I don't know why you
emotions.
think this. This is flatly false. It is a demonstrated scientific fact that there are chemical reactions which correlate to our feelings. That's what's true. You're doing an interpretation above and beyond what the science actually shows.
Okay, so in accordance with neurolaunch.com, do chemicals cause feelings? Yes, chemicals do cause feelings. The brain's neurotransmitters and hormones play a crucial role in shaping our emotional experiences. These chemicals, such as dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine. I know you only care about the philosophical hard problem of consciousness, which neuroscience doesn't grant.
I actually read these papers, bro. I actually read the
Obviously
actual
not.
papers and talk to the people doing the work.
Obviously not.
You
Serotonin,
Googling it is not going to give you
norepinephrine.
the understanding that I'm trying to convey to you right now.
Brother,
What
you're
you're doing is taking a
s-
philosophical position into the data.
dude, you're
Not
saying
seeing
no.
what the data is telling you.
You also don't be quiet when I'm trying to explain. You are objectively saying these chemicals do not cause emotions. That is objectively false.
You are using philosophy.
No, I'm using neuroscience
Okay, let me ask you.
and
maybe
chemistry.
Maybe we should take a different line. What do you think the line between science and philosophy is? Could you elucidate that for me?
I cannot, but what I can do is keep you on track. You're saying chemicals do not cause emotions. They do, objectively.
No, they don't.
According to who?
Okay, so this is what I want you to do.
No,
right?
this is what I want you to do. I
pull up
want
your
you to
chat
pull
box.
up the source that tells you that chemicals do not cause feelings.
Bro, you're shifting the burden.
No,
You're
it's
the
your
one making
burden.
the
We
problem.
know that chemicals cause it. I have told you, I have told you, I have told you, I have told you which chemicals cause feelings. And your only argument is nuh-uh. I actually read the studies and you're wrong without providing a source. So you are the one with the
Yeah, the
burden to
problem
prove
is-
your crazy pseudoscientific claim.
Yeah, I'm doing pseudoscience.
Yes,
Look,
you
the
are. You're doing
problem is You don't
pseudoscience.
even know what the line
You're
is.
doing
Look,
pseudoscience.
let me
Don't
speak.
pivot. Don't
Let
pivot.
me
Don't
speak.
pivot. Don't pivot.
start
Don't pivot.
over-talking
Don't
me.
pivot. Don't pivot.
Don't do this, Cody.
Don't overtalk. You've been overtalking me the whole time. Now that I'm holding you accountable and overtalking you because you've been overtalking me, now you're going to get upset.
You're gonna look
So
good.
I have shown you the chemicals and the consensus in neuroscience that feelings are chemical reactions. Your argument, stop running. Stop running. It's okay. Stop running. It's okay. I know the corner is dark and scary. Your argument was nuh-uh.
running away.
Your argument is nuh-uh. Now you're running. You need to provide a
Elucidate the
study.
line between philosophy
I don't need
and
to. You're running. You're running away. I told
Making
you that chemical reactions cause feelings. Your argument is nuh-uh. I said provide a source, and you changed the topic. You're the one running. You're the one changing the topic. You are, not me.
Okay.
Low tier. Would you like
Running
to
away.
provide low tier? Would you like to provide the source that states that chemical reactions do not cause feelings?
That's going to be a burden shift. Look, the problem here is
That's
that
not going to be a
you're
burden shift. The burden shift,
line.
nope.
Look,
Because you said that chemicals do not cause emotions. I looked it up. Neuroscience says you're full of shit. Neuroscience says you're full of shit. You have to let me talk.
fucktard.
Stop running. Stop running, fucktard. Stop running. I
me
provided you the You don't let me talk. So now I'm
is
making
very-
you let me talk. It's very pathetic of you to talk over both me and Ravis. And then when I finally talk over you, you don't like it. It's funny. So I just showed you that chemical reactions cause feelings. Your argument is nuh-uh. So you have a burden to prove otherwise.
Okay. So here's the problem, Cody. You think things are science, which are
Here's the
actually
problem,
philosophy.
Alex. You are still running away from the burden.
Stop.
You are incapable of providing a source. Stop over talking. You're incapable of staying on track. You're incapable of providing a source saying for a fact that chemicals do not cause feelings. This is your burden. This is your burden.
Chemicals do not cause feelings. Yeah,
What
I got you.
source
Chemicals
proves that?
do not. Shut the fuck up for 2 seconds, dumbass.
Provide the source.
Chemicals do not cause feelings because the identity test fails. Leibniz's law.
Provide the source.
Indiscernibility of identicals. Do you know what any of that
Provide the
fucking
source.
means, low tier?
Provide the source, low
Listen,
tier.
man. You are
Provide the source, low
confusing
tier. And you are
philosophy
so
for science,
confused
and
with
it's
philosophy
pseudoscientific.
that you're using pseudoscience and you're calling it fact. So you haven't provided a
just
single
repeated
source.
myself back
Yes,
to me.
because it's stupid what you said.
You're,
I'm
like,
trying to show
really
you.
struggling here,
So
dude.
I know you're really struggling
Holy
here,
fuck.
dude. Low tier, low tier, low tier. So
Holy fuck.
chemical reactions cause feelings. Your argument is nuh-uh. You haven't provided a source to say otherwise.
That's not the argument.
And this is
The
why you're
arg-
pathetic. This is why no one takes you serious. Go find a source that actually agrees with you and then come back. I literally pulled up on screen the neuroscience consensus of yes, chemical reactions cause feelings. Your argument was nuh-uh. And then you provided philosophical topics that don't provide the chemical argument.
Like, I mean, like, when it breaks down, I listen to all that and try to, like, you know, write notes and stuff.
I know you ran, Alex. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be pathetic. You just got to admit when you are. Like, I was able to admit that I was wrong. Now it's your turn.
I mean, like, the issue is, like, I was taking notes, but, like, at the end of the day, I look at all this, and I still do not see sufficient reason to conclude that, like, a nervous system doesn't seem to be required for consciousness. Because, like, when we break it down, the only examples of consciousness we have are when a nervous system is involved.
Alex wasn't even able to provide a source for where feelings come from, even though the sources agree that it's chemical reactions.
Yeah. I mean,
Bro didn't even know what causes feelings, and he's claiming that it's not the brain. Alex, I'm able to admit when I'm wrong. Your turn. Oh shit, I gotta get going.
all right, man. Yeah,
Damn it.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes late. All right, appreciate everyone being here. We'll be back tomorrow to bake the shit out of Alex again. He's so pathetic.
I'll watch.
I hope you guys have a good one. Yeah, his videos are all 100% pseudoscientific philosophy. He doesn't provide any neuroscience at all. But
Hey,
appreciate you guys being here. Alex, I appreciate you losing on stream. It's fun. You have yourself a shit night, loser. God, I hate that guy. He's talking over me the entire time, and I let him. And then when I finally talk over him, he cries. It's such a Phil, bro. You guys have a good one. I appreciate you all being here.